you don't just make a hit song, and you don't just have this life experience, or unless you do. Like, I don't know, I've never done it, obviously, but you go in the studio and all of a sudden you got a banger?
Well, I mean, as much as I wish I could say, like, yeah, I was working on this song for 2 years and constantly, rearranging the lyrics, Mood was honestly a complete accident. Like, me and Iann, it was like the beginning of the pandemic. Me, Omer, who produced the song, we're just chilling and we're like, all right, we're bored. Let's go to Iann's house. KBZ, another really good friend of mine and producer, he pulled up too, and we were just chilling and playing Call of Duty. And literally, Omer picks up one of Iann's guitars and he does the and I just start singing. Why you always in the mood? Fucking around like a brand new. And Omer's like, stop. That's it. That's it right there. Like, go record that now. And I'm like, all right. And we're literally, me and Iann are playing Call of Duty gun game 2v2 while I'm doing that. And it all happens. And we just keep going and freestyling, not even thinking about it too hard. And then boom, #1 song in the world. So I don't know. I can't take full credit. Like, I think a big part of creativity and stuff like that is being inspired by some higher power or collective consciousness or whatever it is. I was just able to tap in with that day.
That's wild.
I have goosebumps.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
And also another funny thing, I think Iann might have touched on this when he was on, but like, it's funny how your like zone of complete comfort, playing Call of Duty, just kicking it with the homies, is what led to that inspiration and that idea. Because I think a lot of people get so tied up in the like day-to-day hustle and they don't find that boredom. They don't find that moment to like just get creative and just like fuck around.
Yeah.
And that's so important to the creative process. Is that how like a lot of your stuff like comes about? Or
all my best songs have been like just random like melodies popping in my head. Like, it's 2 a.m, I'm about to go to bed or whatever. And excuse me. And
dude, I trust me, we do it all the time, the whole show.
And like, I'll just like hear something, like whatever it is, and I'll just grab my phone, voice memo it, send it to Omer, and then he'll be like, all right, this is fire. Like, nah, you was tripping on that one. And whatever is the fire stuff, we work on it, and it becomes something great that just started off as like a random inkling of inspiration,
I can imagine after you release Mood, Hey, you're on a high, right? This song took over. I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is a smash. 1,000% is going to the top. I think I said it to my group. I was like, this song's amazing.
Fire. Thanks for the promo.
Yeah, of course. but after the high ends, how you follow that up?
If I'm being honest with you guys, like, Mood was probably one of the most like tumultuous, challenging periods in my life, because this thing of getting a #1 song, right? There's artists that have worked decades and have huge songs and huge careers that never got a #1. And here I am at 19 getting it off playing a fucking Call of Duty game. So I'm like, well, what does this mean? Like, what do I do now, And I remember like, I really vividly remember like, I just bought a car. This is my first car that I bought since I was in high school, And I'm like, well, I got the #1 song. I got a car. I have everything that I've been working for, or that I think I've been working for, but for some reason, I don't really feel happy, like truly happy about it. And that was like a big wake up call into like, yo, what is really important? It's the relationships that you have with the people around you that love you. And it's, making stuff that you're proud of and making an impact and doing stuff that's going to change other people's lives. So.
This kid's like out here spitting crazy.
You're wise beyond your years, dude.
No, and he has said that to a number of guests, but I'm in full agreement with him today. Like you really are, and understand like the way that you put it, and people should understand it, is like, this is a long game, right? And so like all those little slip backs, or like ones, like you look at the big hits, the ones that brought in all of these new people that didn't know who you were, and then the next one comes around and maybe 60% of them were there.
Yeah.
But if you look at the song that came before, it's a 20% increase from the one before it. And you start to notice that, the big hits just act as marketing materials for your long-term climb. And every time you pick up some more core fans.
Exactly. Because that's really like the only things that matter as an artist is the music you're putting out, and does your real fans, are you growing your true fan base, and are they still fucking with you, you know? Because at the end of the day, people are going to come and go when you're hot and when you're not. Yep. But it's like the true people that stick around with you and are going to love you through the good, the bad, and ugly. Those are the ones that matter more than any temporary love.
Yo.
I hate to keep going back to this one moment, but it seems so pivotal to me. Was Mood, do you think, the beginning of the career that you thought you'd always have?
No, I think it started a lot earlier than that, which is Mood is probably the first song that people heard and were able to put my face to it. But people forget, I have 2 platinum songs before that. I had Valentino and City of Angels.
I wanted to ask about this because I was one of those people. Dog, I forgot. I was like, yo, I know this sound because you have a very distinct sound, but from where and from what and how? And sorry, there's a little
tiny.
I kicked the wire. There we go. And I was wondering why, because even when Mood was released, I think a lot of people thought that was Iann's song. Am I tripping?
I don't know. I don't know what people think.
I felt like I felt like he got a lot of traction off of that, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it surprised me that I hadn't heard of you until that song, because you already had a presence in music.
That was always really like I think that was probably the biggest moment of both of our careers so far, you know, because and that's some type of shit that you can't do by yourself. Like, I'm glad we did that together because that's my boy and I want to see him win too, you know? But I think it's definitely like, it was always like a weird, like a question for me, like, yo, how come I got 2 hit songs? Like, how come no one like knows who I am like that? And I was just like, I'm not a 1-hit wonder. Like, I'm not like, I'm a 2-hit wonder now. Like, shouldn't something be shaking and moving? But honestly, bro, it's like, I didn't get any cosigns from the beginning. It wasn't like I was part of a scene on the come up. So to develop my fan base and
Andrew Schultz
and like my recognition, we kind of just had to like build it from the bottom. And everybody's artist career is different. And that was something I had to learn to accept too. Like, I cannot compare myself to any other artist because we all had different come ups and all have different paths. So I'm just like, all right, I don't know when it's going to happen, but all I can do is just focus on what I can control, the music and like what I'm posting on social media and like putting out into the world.
In my opinion, I think the slow, steady, and then exponential growth is the healthiest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's the best for longevity in the industry.